Fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give to Elliott running left. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So likely a 3 and out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Darnold from the gun. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Good move at the 30. Broken tackle. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball. In his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. To throw is Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he's got some space here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Prescott to throw it. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Brown coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking.
It got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 93 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
This is Tony Pollard. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Elliott running right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Always got some breathing room. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Faking the give, Darnold. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
The Carolina Panthers picked up Tommy Tremble in the 3rd round from Notre Dame. This is a tight end with terrific upside. A tremendous blocker. Now showing good hands on that catch for a first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Anderson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. A couple of former Jets. Darnold to Anderson. First down, Carolina. Darnold completes it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9. Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20.
Touchdown, Panthers. It's complete. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now Pollard. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. Play action. It's Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Marshall. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Now Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Panthers have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, check Michael right. Check Michael right. Hey, we got to get this stop here, kid. Hey, check.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get two hands on the football and pick it off.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get off the field, D. Mike 4. Drop deep, drop deep. Mike 4.
Prescott off play action. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Now Pollard. And able to get this out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. Final play of the half. Prescott. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. 2nd half action underway. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Darnold on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Darnold now to throw.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Again, he finds more. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore from 13 yards out.
And the Panthers have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Well, this is really simple. Let's just say it. This quarterback is on fire. Touchdown after touchdown throwing the football. What a day for him.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Cowboys 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 46. I'm coming.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A first down throw for Prescott. Looking for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Look at the spin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Randy Gregory able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 33-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Tommy Tremble.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Now Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He completes it to Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And now here is another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
63, Cowboys 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Now Pollard. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing. Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
Jeremy Chinn picks it off.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
I'm letting you know right now, you better break. 42's the mic. 42's the mic. Check that.
And they take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles.